afternoon, neighbors. I'm glad you stopped by. I want to welcome all of our subscribers back to the channel. And I also want to welcome the new subscribers that will be looking at this video. Today, I'm going to talk about prepping again. It's an ongoing process. We're always prepping. We're always getting ready. And I'm going to start about, well, you want to start getting prepped. So let's get started. Decide you want to start prepping. It is a mental decision that you make to start with. You have to be ready to prep. You have to be ready to start this process. You may talk about it, you may plan, you may think about it, and then some of your friends, families, neighbors may talk you out of it. And you say, oh, everything's fine. I'm not worried about it. What do I need to prep for? Nothing's ever happened. But things do happen and they're unexpected. No one expects a tornado to come through. Well, you see it coming, but no one expects expects the hurricanes to hit. Not in your area. You think, oh, they've always gone around me, so I'm fine. Do some research on the different tornadoes and disasters in your area. Look at the job market. Look at your job situation. Look at your spouse's situation and decide, is prepping right for me? Just be aware and look around to see if you want to start prepping. And if you do, then start prepping. And I had another video on starting to prep very slowly, one step at a time. And I call it one snowflake at a time. And when you start your prepping, you start where your budget allows. As I said, one snowflake at a time makes a mountain. And before you know it, you'll be on your way. You'll be prepping. Let's talk about just a couple of things that I suggest that people prep, and begin prepping. These are my opinions. The first and foremost, is water. Always have a great place to start. That's water. We all need it. We need to stay hydrated. We need to stay hygienically safe. So we need to stay clean. So water is very, very important. There are many, many videos out there on how much water you need. You yourself have to decide for yourself or your family how much water you think you want to keep for each day and where you want to store it and what type of water. Do you want to keep it in a water barrel, a rain barrel? Do you have a well? Do you have a spring-fed pond? Do you go buy water in 1-gallon jugs, 5-gallon jugs? That's your decision. And clean water, so you want to be able to purify that water. The next thing is food. There are so many types of food and ways to store food, but it is very important. You can get the canned food from the grocery store. You can buy MREs. You can have dehydrated food. You can dehydrate your own food. Freeze-dried food. Canning. You can can your own food. You can have it in Mylar bags. You can have it in buckets. You can have it in containers. Any way you would like to store it, that's a safe way to store it. And look at all the different safe ways to store it per manufacturer's recommendations. As long as you have some extra food on the shelf, just in case something might happen. No one planned to be laid off in the last few years or the last 10 years. No one planned to lose their job. Oh, okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to lose my job, and so I better start getting ready. Or in 10 days, I'm going to lose my job, so I better be ready. Better start now. Sometimes you get notice, and sometimes you don't get any notice. It just happens. The next thing on my list is health items. And that would be extra health items, over-the-counter, prescription medications, Band-Aids, crutches, whatever you might think you could use currently or in the future. Or maybe, like I said, some of your neighbors or friends might be able to use that, and you would have them. Then we look at lighting. Lighting is important. You can have candles. You can have LED flashlights. You can have solar lights. I know at the dollar store they have, especially now during the holiday season, they have these, I call them yard lights. They're in different shapes, snowmen, reindeer. They look like big lights you'd put up on your house, and they're solar lights. So you put them outside, they charge all day, and then they light up at night. You can actually use those. You can put them in a windowsill, you can charge them, and you can use them in your home. Now, I have not found that they're very bright, but it's some type of light in a situation if you need it. Sanitation is another thing that I like to touch on. There are many ways to take care of sanitation. You can look at 5-gallon buckets. You can look at composting toilets. You can look at a lot of different things. In sanitation comes hygiene items. It would be bar soap, liquid soap. You can have bath wash. You can have wipes. You can also have I put this in this category, a camping shower. Holds about 5 gallons of water, and it's a dark color, and if you put it in the sun, it'll heat it up just a little bit, and it's 5 gallons of water to take a shower with. In there is shampoo, feminine products, any type of hygiene products that you might want to have on hand. Again, start little by little, a snowflake at a time, and pretty soon you'll have a mountain. An organized mountain, I hope, but you'll have a mountain and you'll be ready. I am so glad you stopped by, neighbor. If you have a minute, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up and that bell to get all notifications for future videos. Also in the comments, if you just make a comment on what items you found on the market. They're frugal, good buys, something that you can start one thing at a time, how you store your water maybe. Different ideas in this area. I am so glad you stopped by, and I look forward to seeing you again.